Hello and welcome to another episode of Human Garbage, where today we'll be watching Bridezilla.
Next on Bridezillas.
Bridezilla to me is a poorly edited show, mainly because it features two couples. The first couple is the couple that was introduced in the episode before, where in this episode they'll be getting married. The second couple is the one that's getting introduced in this episode and then will be married in the next episode. Because of that fact, and I don't really want to make a really long video, Bridezilla is going to be two parts. The concept of Bridezilla is to follow around crazy brides-to-be, who are getting very stressed about their wedding and go crazy. I can understand why you'd go crazy. It's very stressful and tense trying to make sure everything goes the way you want it. Without further ado, let's introduce the couple that we're going to be following in this episode.
So if it doesn't go the perfect way that I want it, I just start to feel rage.
She seems a little bossy, but that's okay. There's nothing actually really wrong with that.
I want you to climb up that tree, and then you gotta say, I love Angela. Sing it in an opera voice. I love Angela!
Unless it's paired with a very spineless man who climbs a tree and sings about how much he loves his fiancée.
I'm here because there are certain things that, I need you to do. We need to talk about the wedding.
Okay.
So first thing you can do is just bring all of us a glass of wine.
Eric is forced to go to the salon because he was just, as he describes, chilling at the crib. Once there, she says she wants to plan some things about the wedding, and that the first order of business is for him to get all three of them some wine. Not him. He's not included in this.
Like if I tell you to go over in that corner right there, you better do some little salsa dancing over there. Are you gonna do it?
For what though?
Arms in the air. Cha, 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 cha.
I can't help but feel bad for the guy, mainly because he seems like the type of person that never had a relationship growing up, and this is kind of his first big one. And he doesn't want to mess it up, so he ends up just doing whatever she wants, trying to make sure she's happy.
How many people you think I need? I mean, it's your wedding.
I'd say like 10.
She wants 10 photographers for a 250-person wedding. Now, this could just be a negotiation tactic, which is smart on her part if she wants more than just one or two. But if she really did want 10 photographers, that's a lot. 10 photographers in a 250-person wedding, that's 30% photographers. If I go to a wedding and 30% of the people are photographers, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, wow, it's just like those math problems we always hated.
Realistically, I think it's gonna be very expensive.
Do you not want to do that for me? You going broke or what?
This is the first time Eric tried to put his foot down and be like, hey, maybe that's too much. And instead of her being rational going, yeah, maybe 10 isn't too much, she thinks Eric's running out of money. How are you supposed to pamper me if you can't even get 10 photographers for the wedding? It is infinitely more important to save that money that he would be spending on 10 photographers to hedge on your future than to just be, for one day I need 10 photographers, money's not an object.
Is there gonna be like a meal for me and my assistants as well?
Sorry, no, I mean...
She doesn't want him slacking off on a 16-hour wedding. It's a 16-hour wedding. Dude's not getting any food. Fuck that guy. You're here to work. You're not here to grub on my food. I would love for her to go into work 1 week where she doesn't get her hour lunch and her to go crazy, because she would, because it's not fair, especially when it's something that's 16 hours.
Today, Angela has called an emergency meeting with the DJ because her henpecked fiance hasn't picked a song for the garter toss.
Apparently, there's a garter toss, which seems pretty weird to me. It's like a bouquet toss for men, but instead of flowers that are held respectably above the waist, you get a very lacy piece of garment that was like up here. Apparently the garter toss isn't as important as it was anymore. The tradition behind the garter toss that I looked up was that the wife in medieval times would throw it because the people at the wedding would grab and try to tear off pieces of her clothing, and so she would throw it as a way to distract the people so she could run.
Hip hop, like dancing, booty shaking, sexy types music.
It's up to Eric to choose the music, and the music he wants is strippy music, which I guess makes sense. I guess that's the norm. I looked it up, and that did seem to be kind of the commonplace things. It's more of like a risque show, like, ooh, he's eating her out in public. But, it's his choice, so he should get to choose.
You're gonna choose a song that I want to choose, and that's it. Case closed.
She wants traditional music. And as I said before, it is a tradition in medieval times. It was brought up by medieval times, so to me, traditional music would be something like this. That is medieval wedding music. It's minstrel music during a wedding. I don't think that's something you would want at your wedding. You'd look like a crazy person if it wasn't themed.
This vase represents how controlling you are.
That's like the retard kettle calling the helpful mom black. They just put things together to see where she was at and what the vases should look like. But instead, she took it as an attack on her person. What are you trying to do is my way. I need everything to go the way I need it to go. Hey, here's what we were thinking, but we would like input for you too, for what you want. Oh, I can't believe you're doing this. So here's the next rational response any human being can have.
Oh my god.
Wait a second. I just realized that the vase doesn't sound like it's what a real vase sounds like breaking.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that sound effect they got plays so much longer than the actual vase breaks. That's not how sound works. The vase breaks and then it cues up the sound. The pieces are still going, but none of them are shattering. But it's still like... it's still shattering noise, and I got the hiccups now. Thank you for watching this episode of Human Garbage. If you like this episode of Human Garbage, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, YouTube. Tune in next time when I boil some water.